Oh, that's a dark game. What's going on with that? Working before. How are we all doing? Come on, catch on up with what you're capturing. What has gone on here? I've pressed monitor, that's why. I've done that. Here we go. I don't know what was happening there. Pressing the wrong button. Monitor, main cam. Here it is. We've got it. How are we all doing? Good evening. Welcome along. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all doing well. And welcome back to Nulla Creek, and we are going shopping. That is the name of the game for tonight. We've got more big equipment to buy. I'm excited to actually try out some of this new stuff because I haven't yet. And how good it is to see some of this bigger stuff in game finally. I know people have been asking for the 9RX for quite a while, but nice little surprise to see the Steiger. I think it's just an additional colour added to that, but the surprise was the Patriot, which is kind of cool. I got to sit in one of those Patriots when we were in Racine last year, so kind of cool to have a look at that, having not had the opportunity to sit in one. But yeah, good evening. Nice to see you here. Aussie Dan, thank you very much for 31 months being a team member. Appreciate your support, my friend. Edsy, good evening. Garrick, how you doing? Not long home from work, in and out cooking dinner. All good, buddy, all good. Nice to see you. Evening, Craig. Welcome along. And g'day, Pity. How you doing? I saw you have logged in as well, so give us a hand with what we're going to do tonight. So we will. Oh, there's been a bit of farm management too, because the cotton harvesters are back over at this farm, which is good. Right. So there's a little bit of farm management and things we need to get into first. We're also going to do a little bit more Lego building tonight. We haven't been up with progress. That's how much of our online we've got done. We've got a lot of progress made on that, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to carry on building some of that as we go too. But let's have a look at the farm and let's talk about what we're going to do. So these are the three fields up here we own: 17, 18, 19. Finally got the lentils planted. If you watched last week's episode, there was an issue right at the end with planting, and it wouldn't plant, and it turned out that planter wouldn't plant into the mulched state as a direct plant. We had to go through and cultivate it, so not ideal, but that worked and fixed that. So we've got that there. If we have a look at our growth stage, once it logs in, you can see we've got 17 and 18 are still growing, taking their time, but cotton and canola are both pretty long growing crops. But there was a suggestion: go down and buy 14. So 14 soybeans, 14 is currently ready to harvest. So we are going to buy that, $200,000. Add that to our, what do I want to call it? Our land holdings, our fields, our farm. Grow the farm that way. So we'll get that. These two fields. Look at this: carrots, beans or peas, parsnips, sugar beets. I mean, too many root crops. So frustrating. So that's one of the jobs we're going to have tonight. Harvest that soybeans. So we might be able to get a new tractor, aka 9RX on a grain cart or something like that. The other thing, now if we jump over here, visit the cattle pen, we've got some limousines. Yeah, it's little baby limousines. This is part of the plan, was to fill out this feedlot we built. So we've got 5 of these 1,000 head feedlots. And we're using a bit of production. We've got some fermenters to make grass silage or hay silage. Obviously we don't want to make hay silage, but we can ferment some grass into silage. And we've got a TMR production here as well, which will take our hay, our silage. The beauty is these can be set to distribute, which they are, and they will distribute the silage to here, so it just goes in. But as you can see, decent amount of TMR, but we're out of hay. So, and we don't have any grass ready to harvest, and I'm starting to think we're going to run out pretty quickly. So 108 down here, which isn't a big field, isn't valuable, $63,000. Double our grass on this side. Effectively going to add 50% more grass, and it's ready to mow. So let's buy that one and add that into our land bank as well. So 2 new fields. That was how we were going to start off. And next was to go shopping. So let's take our way down to the store, which is here. Let's go and have a look at what we're going to buy. So let's jump in here. Now, first things first, I am going to sell up our sprayer. I don't know if it's got anything in it. Into there. No, it's empty. Okay. So there it is. So nice little bit of kit, but we're going to get rid of that. So go back to where we were. Back over here, the spot. Right. Now, I know I should do this a different way, but Jump in here and sell this. It's going to give us hopefully some money to disappear. Sell. You really want to sell it? Yes, I do. Right, there we go. That's gone. So that's $250,000 in. And then we're going to go and have a look at what we're going to buy. Kia ora, Scott. How you doing? Good to see you. Good morning, Share. Nice to see you. How you doing? Farming community is the best. I agree. I agree with you 100%. Kiwi Sim Farmer, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Congrats on the 1 year on YouTube too, mate. I saw your what'd you do? 9 hours yesterday streaming during the day. Celebrate 1 year in the community. So, well, in the YouTube, I'm sure you've been in the community for longer than that, but as a farming simulator content creator. So, congrats on that, mate. Cheers to you. All right. So let's go shopping. So we've obviously had the older school 9RX in here, which is still a very nice new tractor, but this is what we're all here for, is the brand new 9RX and right up to 800 and the 830, which is actually 913 horsepower. These things are getting massive. They really, really are. I'm going to go for the US spec just because it gets rid of those red and white squares on the corner. We're going to go for, I was playing through with the options. So you've got basic crawler track, you get crawler track which adds weights in there, and then you can go to 3 meter with the same width track, also with weights, and then you go to a broad 3 meter, so same outside width, and then you go broad 3 meter with weights. I think that's that, yeah. So I was going to go the broad 3 meter with weights, but it looks pretty sick, that big wide platform. So that we'll put a front weight on it, which adds a weight under there. We're going to add an additional weight, which puts a weight block up on there, is it? Oh no, down under here. We've got weights going on around the rear hitch, so let's fully load that up. And we'll put a PTO on it. So the difference with this, and I'll show you in a sec. So we've got that PTO there. So that is $800,000. Let's go and buy that. Just go shopping. This is part of the reason I left $3 million in the account. Not knowing this was coming, but good that it's here now. Did someone find those? Oh no. It sucks. He's just showing me Stella pics. You'll be able to go shopping in Auckland on the weekend. Right, so again, we're going to go for US because, see, we lose the red and white squares. Going for the biggest version, which is 785, which is 850 horsepower, so only slightly smaller. Now, obviously, the cool thing is I can say I've driven one of these too. Now, this only has a track or a broad track, so we'll go for the broad track, and then you've got the option here to go special edition. So let's go for the Steiger Green, because I reckon that looks really good. I quite like it. I think it tempers it a little bit because it's got so much black across the front. It's not a whole lot of green. Front weights, big sucker on there, and then this is the difference with this. This can take a 3-point attach, whereas the 9RX can't. So we've still got the PTO down there, so it's got everything on the back, and you can put either weights or a 3-point. So we're going to go for the 3-point there. This gives us a bit more flexibility in a big tractor. So go through by that one as well. But we're not finished yet. We're just buying everything that came out in the update. Sprayers. So, just sold the Agrio, which is, well, we got $250,000 back. It had only done an hour and a half's work, so hadn't really done much. But this is 36 meters wide, well, up to 36, and 6,600 liters. So, actually, that's actually slightly better. What's the road speed? 31 miles per hour. It's a little bit slower on the road, but it actually has a bigger tank with the same width of spraying. But it doesn't look, well, personal opinion, I don't think it looks quite as nice as the Patriot does. A few different options there. Narrows, standards, or wides. We're going to go narrows. And you can tell from here, but you can expand those wheels out once you're out and spraying. So you can set those up to the width. So let's go down, buy that too. And got $1 million left. So I think that's probably going to be a good time to stop shopping, because that's a bit of money we've just spent. Let's go and check it all out. Have a look at it. there we go. They're quite different, aren't they? When you, I mean, obviously they're different tractors, but considering their size, you can see that the John Deere is actually a bit shorter, but quite a bit longer than the Steiger. It'd be interesting actually to do some proper tests with it and see what their turning circles and everything are like comparatively, but we're not going to bother with that today. Just going to jump in and get these back to the farm. So I'm hoping we can go and do this, and this machinery shed going to get us all the way back to there. Yes, it is. So let's see what happens if I press drive on that. Perfect. So that's going to head off back to the machinery shed. Same on this one. Convoy going. We'll jump up and drive this thing back. I wonder if I can just bump my field of view just a touch. Oh, made it worse. Interesting. It's obviously already quite a wide field of view. Okay. Alright. Move. Follow those back. Alright. The new 9RX is beautiful. It is a good looking tractor, I gotta agree. It's only that green Steiger though. I'm quite a fan of that, to be honest. Alright, we're gonna beat them because we'll go straight down here and take the next turn off. In fact, quite sure where they're going, but hopefully they'll find their way back to the farm. That's the main thing. Yeah, definitely nice bits of kit there, Garrick. I do agree with you. Big map, texture streaming issues. I often find later on in the stream it's disappeared. I'm assuming it's to do with just the size and resolution of the map. It is what it is. I've been keeping my eye out on Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday and all those kind of things, and contemplating a new PC. To see, maybe sometime. The Steiger's 850-ish, Scott, and the John Deere. There we go. We did beat them. Both coming down there. The John Deere is 900-ish. It's pretty hefty, pretty grunty pieces of kit. So I think first things first, we will get back and we'll make a start on those beans. See, put the grain cart up to one of these tractors. We'll get one of the combines down there. Just with the two of us, we'll probably one of us run combine, one on grain cart and truck. Be handy. We'll start building our own combine. Get the Lego all set up and doing some of that as well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Mr. Hathornthwaite. How you doing? Pleasure to see you. Hope you're good. I'm going to have to pull out my photos that, well, actually my video. I videoed myself. I sat in this cab and did a bit of a video. I'll have to fish that out and do a comparison for realism, authenticity. Authenticity is probably a better description than realism, isn't it? That's the main thing. You might think you spent too much on it, Garrick, but you have no regrets. I was thinking about it, like I know it's all relative, right? And it's relative to what people can afford and what fits within your budget. We'll go to the next one. But you think about it, so I got my PC in 2020, so it's 5 years old. It doesn't feel like I've had it for 5 years. But if you divide what you paid for it over 5 years, I've probably actually got, it's probably cost me $1 a day to break it down for that period of time, and it's still going reasonably well. I'm, been able to play most games with it. I can't max games out as well as I might have been able to 5 years ago when I first got it, and it was a high performing 30 series card. Now we've had the 40s and the 50s since then. But Yeah, certainly. How good does that look looking across that hill of canola flowering, by the way? Great. So good. But yeah, it served me well. So it's all relative. Like you think the initial outlay may sting, but the pleasure you're going to get out of it will make it worthwhile. Is the server behaving itself? Last week you seemed to be having problems. Server's been buttery so far, Mark. The problem we had last week with the seeding right at the end seemed to be something to do with the mulch status of the field. So once we ran I pulled the ripper over and dragged the ripper through it. And once I'd done that, it actually was fine. So yeah, not sure exactly what the problem was there, but we got it resolved. Probably see if we can maneuver this in here. On the door, aren't we? Yeah, I was a good boy and had my beacons on too. Probably didn't even know. Alright, that's some good parking. Nice piece of equipment. Okay, let's go and have a look now. The Fent is parked next to the grain bins somewhere. Grain bins is it parked next to? Over that way. Let's just have a look on the map. Oh no, we've got... Paddy's already down there doing it. Nice one. Legend. Of course, it's not actually going to take much to... Won't actually take too much to, won't fill up too quickly. That's what I'm trying to say. Where is our grain cart? Yeah. It's in the shed. But yeah, no, it seems to be behaving itself so far, Mark. Alright. I don't know if anyone's seen Ryan. Has been sharing some images of harvest on their farm in northern Victoria, southern New South Wales. I can't remember exactly where it is. He had... I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Go at the back of the field here. Back of the shed. They had the AF10, Case AF10 combine with a 60-foot header and a Steiger, a wheeled Steiger, pulling their big Bowser, isn't it? Bowser grain cart, which is cool actually to see that custom modding are working on that. There's a couple of photos he's shared on Discord. Well worth going and checking out. But definitely from all the Aussie farmers I follow on Facebook and YouTube and whatnot, seems to be full swing at harvest prep over there, or harvest at the moment. Alright, oh, there's Pity. Back here. Alright, so I haven't been out this part of the farm. I'll go suss it out. I've been driving a straight line, I'm struggling. Sorry, my ping, what is my ping? A look. Pretty reasonably low. 38, 40. That's operator error, nothing to do with pit lag or anything. Got a yellow just there. Oh, power lines. Haha. Makes sense. Soon be cake time. It's always cake time. Share. Or is it share birthday cake time? Is that what you're suggesting? Which way do I go from here? To the right. No sound. No game, no sound? Looks like it's working for me. Me sound or game sound? Alright, 21% through. Full on that lap. There we go. Beauty. Okay, I'd never actually realised that this auger only just reaches over the top of that bin. Okie dokie. Oh, power that up. Allow that down. Should have some steering assist set up. Go for double headland on there. And I'm going to take Hitty's job because he's done such a good job getting everything down here started. So I'm now trying to figure out where. I actually started down there. Alright, here we go. Get into it. And with that, make some space on my desk and pull out the combine. Sounds fine. Game sound, a bit low. I think when I'm in cab it's lower than out of cab. See, that's quite a bit quieter than that. So it just depends which way I'm looking, working, all of those kind of things. All right. I need a bigger desk. I really do. I need a gaming room. I need to finish a gaming room. Right. So I think I go back a page. Yeah, so we did that last time. So you can't see. Where are we? That one there. Alright, so that's what we did last time. Just add this little motor thing on there. So we're now over the page and we're having to do another one of these. Here's one I prepared earlier. Let's throw that in there and start doing what we need to do. Keep an eye on this combine as it moves around the field. On the bottom and stick on the front. I love these fields because the guidance steering assist will go around the outside of them because it's got such nice gentle edges. FSG and I were talking about it the other day when we were on Kinley, how some of the headlands it'll go around a certain degree of corner and others won't, but this map just seems to, most fields you seem to be able to pick up an edge like that, which is pretty cool. Mic too far in, but there we go. Struggling to find that piece. Yeah, so those ones goes up that way. All right. Hey, Yarn, how you done? Pleasure, my friend. How are you? Great to see you this evening. And Rowdy, good evening to have you here. And Mr. Poor Farmer Ben, how are you? Good to see you, mate. Welcome along. You reckon some Lego ASMR? I'm not going to get into a bikini for you though, Chinook, I'm sorry. Are we going to make it around this corner? No. There we go, back up and going. One of these neat fields. All the fields have just the right amount of deviation in terrain. I quite like them. Makes it nice to look at. Like, you've got flat sections, you've got sections like this with bits, hills in the corner. That's very nice, mate. It really does. Struggling to find that piece. Two of those. What don't you call these? Like a stub axle type? Cool. G'day farming, how you doing? Good to see you. I destroyed your fun. Don't lie, Chinook, don't lie. Alright, there we go. Feeling old, you've had 2 concerts in 2 nights. Well, these alternate in direction. There's a rationale for that. Probably not. But then this needs to face... I'll go back to the way that clips out. Goes like so. Goes out like so. Is that right? No, done it around the wrong way. Upside down, inverted, all around the wrong way. Okay. 2 concerts in 2 nights, not built for it. Ask me how I am after the weekend. So I'm kind of dreading the same a little bit. Who will win at the F1? Do you know, unpopular opinion, but I don't want it to be Lando. I just feel like McLaren have just ballsed it up properly, and I don't feel like he's been the best driver. But then we've just seen a championship in Australia, which was won by not the best driver for the season, so... I don't care if it's Lando or Max, but I just, for whatever reason, don't want... sorry, I don't care if it's Oscar or Max, but for whatever reason, I just don't want Lando to win. There we go. Right. The green car following us around somewhere? Oh, we do. I just hadn't gone around far enough to find it. Let's put that out. Let's look at this, watch this beautiful beast of a tractor. I'm navigating with my wrong hand, sorry. There we go. Look at that. Isn't she a beauty? Isn't she a beauty? Beautiful looking tractor. Not grumpy Piastri. He's not been grumpy at all. He's the calmest guy on the grid. He's got proper Kimi Räikkönen vibes going on. Proper Iceman vibes. Right, we're just about at the end now, aren't we? Oh no. Not quite. Let's see where we're going. Lewis should be allowed to win to make up for 2021. They put a replay of the last lap on their Facebook page today. Something about the last time the championship was decided in the final race of the season. Could you imagine? Imagine Lando and Max take each other out on the first corner. I can see that happening. I can see a couple of drivers taking themselves out on the first corner, a la what happened in the V8s on the weekend. Yeah, the V8 supercars. They've gone to a playoff format similar to how NASCAR works, and basically one driver had 19 pole positions and 14 race wins out of a 34 race calendar, and didn't win the championship. The guy who won the championship had 4 wins and 1 pole, I think it was. He just performed at the right time in the season. Which people make the comparison of it to you know, football World Cup. If you don't perform in the big games, doesn't matter how you did in the pools, but there's a lot more can happen in I believe there's a lot more can happen in motorsport. You don't just have one team. Right, I forgot to put this piece on. So it's got actually, I've got some crazy looking cable organisation. So that was that upside down actually I've completely got that wrong. I wonder if that matters. We'll fix it. To be through that way. Oh, sorry. Sorry, farming geese. I should learn, shouldn't I? You don't want to see the smug look on Max's face. To be honest, I don't care who wins. I'm just pleased that Liam's going to be on the grid next year. That's all I was concerned about. Pretty excited to see that announcement this morning. Be happy for him. Nice words from gosh, what's his name? The director for BCARB. Let's just hope you can now reward them with some performance next year. Once get this messy year out of the way, hopefully they can deliver a car that gives them the chance to perform well. That goes around like that. Yeah, like that. And through here, like that. Gosh, this is hard to get to turn. Now, not Dr. Evil. Not Dr. Marco. Evil. Now, he's the British guy who's become the team principal for BCARB. Okay. So, now getting back to what I was meant to be doing. This is the other way. That slides in. That. So, a couple of these through there. Imagine if they bring back Messi for the final race, imagine. Michael, that is not fair, Michael. Michael, that is not fair. I agree. I think it should be about the whole season. Interestingly enough, NASCAR is the only other sort of racing competition which has a similar playoff series, and from what I've heard today is they're actually looking at going away from it because they've had similar situations where guys who've performed all season aren't actually becoming the champions. So let's see what happens. That needs to go that way. Here we go. Watch the video by Connor Moore. It's very funny. He does impressions of the F1 drivers. I'll have to check it out. That's what his wife says, Farmer. Thank you, Chinook. Funny. Alan Pumain, that's the one. Thank you. Right, so I've done that now. Put those two pieces in, done that bit. Turn the page. Play school. This thing struggles up the hills a little bit. What am I building? I'll show you in a sec. Easiest way. Spot this up. Show you the cover. But that's what we're building. Class Dominator 370. So, does it show? Which is there, but it's remote controlled. So, and open covers. Oh no, that's where the battery is, but you can, auger will come out. You got steering and drive at the back. What's it on here? Oh, that's all. But you can raise and lower the header. Comes with a header trailer and everything, so it's very cool. I had this sitting here for almost a year. I think it was a Christmas present to myself last year. I've been meaning to build, and I've kind of needed a map where I can kind of sit there and have the game running like this to be able to do it. And here we are. And I think so far I've only made 2 mistakes that I've quickly picked that I know of, that I managed to pick up reasonably speedily and rectify. So hopefully that's all. Yeah, off to Big Smoke on the weekend. A weekend up in Auckland. Chinook's going to buy me a beer. In fact, I should probably buy Chinook a beer. Alright, all the way on there. 16x farming. This is right up your alley. So, we're in this field here, which is, what is it, 50 acres? But it's, there's actually no real big fields, but, you know, we could actually look across where we are, you could combine these 3 fields into, what's that, 50, 57 and 90. So you could get a 200 acre field out of this. It's a couple, you know, these fields up here, which are 164 and 119, you could combine those to make almost a 300 acre field. There's a few things you can do for it. I haven't seen a fully built auto drive course for it yet. We've slowly built one up. Well, when I say we've got one that goes to pretty much every field's covered now. All these ones down here. We must actually go like, where's that? There we go. Like go into edit mode. Go in here. Oh, go to work. Jobs. There you go. We've got one that goes. You see all the courses, so it doesn't cover everything, but it covers a good chunk of the map. Hey Hyper, how you doing? 5 to 400 minutes when your game up finishes updating, Hyper. All good, mate. I was actually, I might have been an outlier, but my game updated really quickly today. Probably 20 minutes. And my Project Motor Racing update on the weekend was very fast as well. So I'm optimistic that they've done something with their update servers to speed up updates, but We'll see. So keep an eye on it. Now, I think we're going to go up and down that way. If I recall correctly. Oops. Looks like it'll finish in 5 minutes. A big improvement from last time. That's good. Well, we've taken your advice, Hyper, and we've purchased a new field here. Actually, though, well, I've purchased another grass field and some new equipment. Kind of went on a bit of a shopping spree, which is why I spent $2 million tonight. Okay, right, we're down to here. Stay focused, Axie. Focus on the Lego. Sits on top of the one of those and one of them. Quite 1982 million. No. Oh, where's... Ah, that goes right through there. Oh, I've picked up the wrong piece. Rats. Well, mine was on Starlink, which, and it was also the one caveat I have with my updates is I do them at in the middle of the afternoon in New Zealand, which is pretty much, well, the US isn't asleep, but all of Europe's should be sound asleep at that time, so it's a bit of an advantage, I think. Okay. Spin us round. Hey, Dr. Fish, kia ora, mate. Welcome along. Pleasure as always. Chilling through a few beans here, aren't we? Better yield than I thought it might be, which is good. The only thing with 16x maps farming is precision farming doesn't work very well on them. There is a mod from Thunder which is meant to work and make it work better, but I haven't tried it, and I don't know how good it actually is. I know Chinook had a few issues with his update, and I was having issues the other day with an update for Project Motor Racing, the first one, pre-release, was causing a few problems, but I think that's not a network issue, it's something else, because I've heard of other people having it before, and Chinook's did eventually download. But mine didn't actually the other day, so wait, hold off. You couldn't get Thunder's PF working on this map, but not look to see if there's an update. Ah, okay. There you go, Mark's tried it. No, we missed a litre of soybeans. Okay, Hyper's joining in. Excellent. Some there too. Sack the combine driver. Okie dokie. So that's a lot like what we've just done up there. Now we've got some funky gears to bring into play. So it all clips together. Spins around. Like this. Just right there. We got one on there. Get that one on first, and then we'll push this one in to clip onto the other side. Right. Looks like it. Yep, beautiful. Briscoe releases 4X map yet? No, not as 4X. That'll be quite some time until he's done with that. Spending a lot of time with updating, building custom models and things like that. So no, that'll be. I'd be surprised if it's before the middle of next year. Did anyone go back and fix up 19? I think it was that some of it would not take food. Now it wasn't an issue with what you were doing. It was because, let's have a quick look at it. Yeah, the end of the row. Come back to it. It's because Hyper had seeded half the field, or he ran out of fertilizer halfway through seeding it, and you can't fertilize twice in the same month, sorry. So it just needed to wait a month for it to be done. Rowdy. But glad to see you on the server, mate. I hope you've been enjoying it. Nice to have some new faces. I mean, you're not new to the channel, but new to the servers. Right. Oh, goodness. Dive by me moth. Whoa. Got me. Kamikaze moth. Oh my goodness. Gotta go meet and mad about some cattle. Alright, good luck. Good to see you though, mate. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. Took you months to train that moth. Is that right, Bo? I did see you pop in before, and I don't know if I said hello to you. Sorry if I did not. Hello, Bovine. How are you this evening? Did you get rained and thundered and lightninged on today? Pretty wild day. I saw there was some flights in Auckland. There was a storm cell moved through the middle of the afternoon. It was like a Honolulu to Auckland Air New Zealand flight, which got diverted down to Christchurch. And there was some small domestic flights that were holding just north of New Plymouth, waiting for the weather. So fingers crossed that's not the case on Friday morning. So I don't fancy flying all the way to Auckland and have to come back. All of that. Morning, Jimmy. How you doing? See you, buddy. Tidied up the stragglers, and we'll get this part done. Not bad. And these are nice big headers. Alright, so let's just have a quick look. Yeah, it's very patchy. I think that's the mulch look. Yeah, Yeah, so I think somewhere in here it ran out of fertilizer, so you've refertilized those, but I don't know. Anyhow, we'll be able to pick that up next month, I think. Tidy that up. It's all good. What's Hyper up to? Hyper's just standing over here watching. So Hyper, I don't know if you heard me say 108's over there ready to, basically good to be mowed if you wanted to go and jump into that. We'll get some hay made, I think. Just thinking that would probably be the benefit now that we've got some cattle. Right. Yes. And an elbow. Mr. Elbow. Right. Let's just tidy up this little piece here. What do you reckon? Two litres in there? Oh no, but more, 4 litres. Twice as much as I expected. Must have gone 3 days without rain. We haven't had much rain at all lately. It was actually, I'm quite welcoming the rain actually. My lawn was getting very dry. First world problems, I know. I'm quite fond of my lawn. I know I'm going to have issues on that little corner, so take that off so we don't have to come back later. Moth's back, Bo. Killer moth has returned. Alright, welcome along everyone. Just tuning in, as Loyal has. How you doing, Loyal? Great to have you here. Make sure you drop a thumbs up if you haven't already. It goes to help supporting the channel. Reminding YouTube that I do still make content and do videos and live streams every now and then. And if they are a bit fewer and further between than historically speaking. But I'm still here. Not going nowhere. And Randy's here too. Sorry Randy, I missed your name. How you doing, Randy? A bit. We have 2 of those white pizzas. Two of these. What's there? It goes on top of. Is there a whiskey pairing for tonight's stream? There certainly is. It wouldn't be Wednesday without a whiskey. Dr. Fish. It is the Pocono, good old New Zealand whiskey this evening. Revelation or... Done this round the wrong... No, I haven't. Man, these are hard to line up, these bits and pieces. Like one should go on before the other, but it doesn't. Not to. Here we go. How's that look? That looks like that should look. Ring. Right. So yeah, turned around. Tell he was the Mothman. Alright. Oh, hey, yeah, there he is. Hey, Rowdy. Right. The hay crew's arrived. The other option is if you wanted to come down and start getting this field prepped, we could always tackle that too. We'll need, no doubt, what does it need? It doesn't need lime. Does it need ploughing? No, it doesn't need ploughing either. Okay. Well, we just get it ready for planting on. So that's the case then. Yes. Cheers, everyone. Fish, thank you. Evening, Ollie. How you doing? Good to see you, mate. How's what are you? 2 weeks into holidays already, or just a week or so? That piece. Where is it? There she be. Alright, if we can power through the rest of the bag tonight, that'd be great. Three weeks in. Well, my boy started his holiday today, so he had his last day of school. He is off until what? Late July, late January, early February. Got one more day loyal. Oh, not too far to go then, is it? Not too far to go. Let's put that show. This comes up underneath there. Oh, I've done that round the wrong way. Round. Oh, I've missed putting gears on. Oh, goodness. Focus, focus. What I think of the new patch notes? All in all, pretty good so far. I know some people have complained about some issues with different maps or mods and things like that. I think you find people, you only hear about the complaints. So if you only hear from a few issues, there's actually not that many issues. That's my rule of thumb. Because you're not going to complain if everything's working fine, are you? It's some pretty high geared gear. Ooh, I hope our motor's not going to try and turn those because it'll struggle. Struggling with my fingers. Alright, we'll see. Now I can put that back on. I reckon this is something to do with our auger mechanism, the way that's going to flip it around. Back on the 5th of February. Oh, you're not here. So you finished? Signed out. Done. Is that high school finished for you, Ollie? What does the future hold? Farming's gone now, so we don't have to leave that. We don't have to leave that out, but I'm not going to get told off for leaving that out. That's what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. 13 years done and dusted. No more high school, eh? No more high school. Is there more education though, or you're done? Done with that too. Hey, no, don't go that way. One-handed controller driving is a bit hard. Oh. Here we go. Got it. Not sure yet. Now I'm sure something will come up. Always does. No issues either. Share? No, it's good. There we go. Yeah, I've certainly not had anything to worry about. Oh no, I don't. Do I want to know what we're knowing for? What's the rest of it? Do we get the rest of the no? I might need your help. Oh no. Oh. Might have to hop out of it if you want my help. I need to go. Hyper's done an Argsy. Yes. Hyper, what have you done? I don't know if I can help with this. Oh no, I can. Whoopie days. Here we go. Too busy watching your favorite YouTube streamer, weren't you? It's done an Argsy. At least it won't need a pressure clean. Always looking at the positives, pity, I like it. I like it, right. Figure out where all these bits and pieces go now. Based on where I am. Okay, so this one goes B and C. Oh, that one's meant to be offset. Like so. Alright, now we've got that, which... Here we go, there's our auger. Turn that and that... Well, that's that. Means somehow something somewhere's gonna go somewhere else. Let's find out. Oh, I've just dumped it in the river. He's completely sold it. Yeah, I'm all out of whack because I screwed that around. Back to where it was. Quick, quick, quick. Around first. Learning new things every day farming. Nice. Well, there you go. That's good. Tell you what, in life, Ollie, you'll never stop learning. Alright, got that on. A little bit of the old in-cab driving. Can we? See, that one's quite a wide angle on it too. 70 will make it too narrow. 90 will probably make it too fishy. That's alright, isn't it? But fish bowl. More of a view though. Okay. Two. Everything's easy when you talk to yourself. Two, three, fourth. Hold on. 2, 3. Okay. Mm-hmm. Alright, and this goes up on, where does this go? Where, which end we're at? That end. Aha, there we go. So. This is one of those drives from those little motors just played around with. It's back on there. Assuming that will push through into that. but he's scared. He's coming at me and he's not looking where he's going. That's interesting. We're pretty full, but it's not showing any soybeans in the back of the combine. It's a new trick. Control gun. And try play and watch and work at the same time. Okay. So that's now all attached and linked up, so here we go. Ah, so that little, look at those gears under there, are they still free hanging? They do. This is all linked up now to that screw. Oops, that motor there. So there, orange one drives this, drives the screw, then drives this, which will twist this in and out, which will be for the auger. Perfect. We meant to have it seated a bit squarer than that, so we might just have to. Playing it, we can tweak that. Right, that's all done. Here we go. You can actually see some grain coming in the back now too. Drive's nice. Need to reset it, but it should be fine now. Because it went in the water, does it need a reset? Right. A couple of bits to put on. One of those. A couple of those. Alright, gotta lock that piece in. Good point, good point. Lock that in, let's lock this in. Oh, that wasn't a bad guess, was it? Only a couple of rows off. Claim that. It's a victory. Right. Oops. Wobble, 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 wobble. Go. Squeeze that in, and where does this long one go? Oh, through under there somewhere. Middle of here into here. Huh. Yeah, all the way in. Gosh, that must have been planned a long time ago to have a piece all the way in there. Yeah, goes through 3 different bits to get all the way into there. Tight. And that's getting heavy. It's just going to have some weight to it once it's finished, which is good. Ah, my nemesis, these pieces. I know we've just finished that bit. I'm going to run straight through because I think there'll be a little bit on the other side we need to do too. Alright. Oh, this might be a bit easier to put together because they're on the outside. Much easier, those inside ones. Good. Good evening to you, Elder. How you doing? Good to see you. Now there's been quite a few questions. We've covered it off before. I've talked about it, about how Winchester's going. I've actually found a couple of hours over the last week to get my head back into what needs to be done still, because that's more the issue is what actually still needs to be done. It's been a while since I've done anything on it. I needed to kind of refresh a little bit where I was at with things. So it's been good to dive back in and just have a little bit of a play with things. So hopefully some updates to come in the next couple of weeks. I'll try and do an update video, basically explaining where it's at so people can understand. And hopefully that'll answer some questions too. That through there. That on it, and then of course it does have one of the difficult ones to put back up the other way. Just saying, thank goodness I don't have to do that. A load of lambs coming tomorrow. That'll keep your hands full, Ollie. Good to see you though, mate. Hey, please things are working out well for you. Good to hear you're having a good time and still learning lots on the farm. Share, you'll be pleased to know the blanket is keeping my back nice and warm. I can't bring myself to let Stella have it because she is still just such a chewy dog. Went to too much effort to have a dog undo all your work in 2 seconds flat, which I am afraid is what would happen. Oh my gosh, these ones are hard. There's no rhyme or reason as to why either. So individually goes through easy. It's just be fraction of a millimeter off alignment one way or the other. Could be the only explanation. You're doing a bit of Helldivers, Elder. I've never got into that game. Never got into it. I'm loving Arc Raiders at the moment, though. That's been a bit of a blast. I've had some fun on that. So that pieces that together. That pieces that together. I've got to do another one. Same deal. Around the other way. Always make another one. I wouldn't ask you to make another one, shoot. Can't have you doing that. I'm sure there's other people as deserving as I am of one. So the thing I'm grappling with the most at the moment is because I don't play much. I haven't played a huge amount of Arc Raiders. There's a lot of people who have, and they're a lot more advanced through the quests, and because they're advanced through the quests, they're kind of at the stage where they're more into the PvP side of things. So, you know, previously when I was first playing, it was like you'd go into a map and people would be friendly and helpful and that. But now those people have finished what they were doing and like, well, what do I do? I go in and grief people. So, definitely a lot more of that going on. So, this means you have to keep your wits about you a little bit more. Oh look, man. Just about had him in my hands. Where do those go? Oh. It's alright, I see now. Those bits did come right through. The reason I was thinking they wouldn't. Can you give Kiwi Sim Farmer a shout out? He's really helped me with your game. Oh, nice one. That's good to hear. Community's great like that. Yeah, definitely. Kiwi Sim Farmer's a heck of a nice guy. Someone told me he was here a little bit earlier. I think you were here then. But just celebrated 1 year on YouTube and almost 2,000 subs too, which is a extraordinary achievement. Particularly as he's spends a lot of his time live streaming. Most nights he's live for a couple of hours, 3 hours, and does some cool stuff. So definitely always happy to support my fellow Kiwis. I like to say we punch above our weight a little bit, considering the size of our country and population base. Ooh, we're on the side of the hill. This is fun. Right. Like so. Heck. Yeah. Yoinks. Ooh. say these combines struggle a little bit on the steeper terrain. You wouldn't want to run any bigger header with this size combine if you had any inkling of a hill. I'm definitely about tapped out. I reckon this is going to be our grain bin. I reckon. I have not, no shit. I just haven't had time. And reminding me. Keep at me. Oh. Sometimes these pieces get a bit tough to push through with the old tip of the finger. Those. Hey Shane, how you doing? Good evening, welcome. There, gonna have to do a bit of tidy up there, aren't we? I'm driving around with that sticking out. We have a very eclectic collection of music on our office playlist, Dr. Fish, so something else wouldn't be completely unwarranted. Now, where am I up to? I'm a little bit lost. We've just done that. I'm doing this. Okay, I'm up the wrong way. Here we go. Sort it out. Turning into a Kiwi. Oh, you're always welcome, Shea. Always welcome. Right. The gentle persuasion. I have a huge selection of white pieces left sitting here in this container. Definitely becoming a very white collection, which tells me we are getting closer, finishing off this bag of bits, which is good. Can you bring your cats? I don't see why not. I'd have to be in quarantine for a wee while. I have a streamer who's a US streamer who's just moved over to New Zealand, and he's brought his dog over. Wouldn't be cheap. Well, you know the wireless is definitely on my list. Oh, you know that. Wireless actually frequently pops up. We definitely get our fix there. Load of time on this. Read. Okay. Never watched Stranger Things, pity. Not been on my radar, to be perfectly honest with you. No reason, but just never Definitely one I've watched. To be fair, I've watched very few TV series over the last 5 years. This has been what I do most evenings. And more recently, most evenings it's been a variety of games. I'm actually gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna try something next week. So next week, let me know what you think of this. I'd love to get people's opinions on this and thoughts. Next week, 2, 3, 6, 7, 2. What's that one? 6 of those. So next week I was thinking of streaming every night of the week and streaming a variety of different things. So could be Farm Sim when we normally stream Farm Sim. I wrote a list of half a dozen games that I frequently play, which I thought I could stream, and whether it's solos or doing what, but I had some more Project Motor Racing because I really enjoyed streaming that the other night, so I'm definitely keen to get back into that. Arc Raiders, because I've been playing a bit of that. Battlefield 6, I've been playing a little bit of that, and maybe some PUBG. I play a little bit of that. So I know they're quite different games to what I normally stream. But I thought, why not for a week? It's Christmas, it's a holiday season. I don't have enough time to sit down and record content as much as I like. So that was a bit of an idea I thought I had. I don't know if it'll work out every single night. We'll still do this on a Wednesday night. Still do our Sunday morning stream. I thought, why not try that out? Might not be everyone's cup of tea, I understand that, but something a little bit different. Must have been like 20 cents from me on Spotify. You're welcome. Buy me a beer, say thank you next time you see me, Bo. Might have some small Star Wars Lego for you or the boys if it's okay to post it to you. Well, it's entirely up to them. It's fine if you'd like to post it to me. I'm not going to say no, share, but I'd like to. It'd be amazing. But equally so, if you've got a family member or someone locally. I'm never going to say no to Lego though. Lego is life. G'day Chad, good morning. How you doing? Good to see you. So yeah, that's my plan, that's my thought. Have a bit of a laugh, have a bit of a joke around. Might even include some of the guys I normally play with. It could be a little bit not too child friendly, family friendly. I don't know, we'll see. That's the thing I'm grappling with at the moment, whether I do it or not that way. But the funny thing is that was always, and that's why my channel's Argsy Gaming and not Argsy Farms, or that kind of has a ring to it, doesn't it? But it's like, man, I should do an Argsy Fans. Why have I not thought about that before? Even Argsy Fans. Man. That could be marketing genius. Yeah, I digress. That was the reason I was Argsy Gaming, is because I wanted to just do gaming. Not just Farm Sim. The Lego store in Pitt Street Mall here in Sydney that claims to be the largest store in the world, walking past it the other day, did not look very big to you. It's definitely... Is it the largest in the world or largest in the Southern Hemisphere? It's definitely right up there. Garrick. I went into it when we were over there in July. Yeah, it's definitely a good sized store. But yeah, questionable whether it's the largest in the world. Does say world? Yeah. Okay. I've been to, where have I been? I've been to Paris, Munich, London. Those are the three. Yeah, I think those are the three. The funny thing is, the Aussie ones and the New Zealand Lego stores aren't actually, they're a franchise. They're not actually owned by Lego. Like the other Lego stores around the world are. Where's that red bit gone? Ooh, that managed to roll all the way back through the other end. But I didn't grab. Go. Turn around and go the other way. Hey, don't Chad. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. While we're at it, we'll go and grab the 4 soybeans over here. 4 litres with it. Haha, that one was 2. Damn it, I was trying to say that'd be 4 because the last time we picked up a small chunk it was 4. Boiled again. And then I'm going to leave those bits. Oh well. Struggling for power up here. Did I harvest that in reverse, or did it? Surely it doesn't have crop destruction going backwards. Oh, is this actually going to be that far offset it's not going to pick it all up? Oh no, that's not okay. I can do this in one go, manually. Sorry, pity. Right there, can we pick up both sides? Yeah, cool, we can. Of course we can. Got this. Thank you, love the motivation. Ah, no, I missed the other side. Actually offline. Make it even more of a challenge and do it in cab. You know what, it'll probably be easier in cab because I can just pick a line that I need to get it running down. It stays in the middle of it. Best part is we can't tell if we're missing any until we get to the other end. Concentrating face. As it is, I'll probably run empty backwards so we can pick up the last row going back towards the trucking. This to be the practical way to do it, a more logical way. It's inherited Lego, that's the best sort of Lego. That and gifted Lego, stuff you don't have to pay for yourself. Right, well, we've made it to the end. Here we go. Well, apart from that little bit, right at the end, which was due to turning on headland, nailed it. Nailed it. The build's progressing. We're 80% of the way through the B bags, which means next week, yes, next week, we'll be onto the C bags. Stop here. The 4 litres from this side. 2. 1. None. Alright, here we go, last run. Once we're done here, we'll have to pack things up and I guess head over to... Alright, what was I doing? Head over to... maybe help out with the hay? I'll go have a look and see what's happening over there anyhow at least. Have I done... oh, that's around the one. Hang on. Okay. Alright, bit on the side. Need to be there. Okay, that's better. Yes, that bit there floats around like that, which then means I can put that on there. I meant to. This bit goes into there. Now there's meant to be, by the looks of things, a little rubber band somewhere, and I haven't seen that anywhere. Maybe somewhere there is. Alright, job done. So that's on to there. It's like spring loaded. Pew, 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 pew. 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 Okay. That way. I put that piece on the wrong end, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'm back. No, I didn't. That was upside down. All the way upside down on half of these. Ah, rats. Alright, a bit more undoing. Build's going well until I have to pull pieces apart. Chad? Swimmingly, in fact. Problem not concentrating on it properly. There we go. Crisis averted, I believe. So now I can get through there. That's all on the right side. this piece. Here. These white pieces are all on the right side. There we go. Right. Happy days. Crisis averted. Right. Well, let's do this for a little bit. Not me. On it. Ah. Main farms in that one there. Alright. Let's get the comp folded up. Hold the header. All right. So it's back down to the yard. Okay, it's quarter to 10. It took an hour and a half to do. I did not realise the time. Wow. Times, eh? We'll have to have a look in the silos, at least in time saving stock check, and see how much soybeans we harvested off there. It seemed that Pity was running back and forth quite a bit, so hopefully quite a bit. Now I'm just having a look. Rowdy's busy. Got the baler with straw in it. Running the Mac. I've been yeah. Ooh. Whoops. Need to figure out a more elegant solution. We need to get some pallet racking or some object storage for when we've got pallets like that. That's not a very good look. Maybe I should put a pole shed. Have we got the Argsy pole sheds in? Maybe I should put one of those up. We can at least store some of that stuff in. Back like a drunk man, stays straight longer, overcorrect a whole lot of times. Look at that. Professional way to back in. There we go, right, sorted. So let's go down and have a look down here. Right, so the swathing's done. This should be hay. Like hypers over windrowing. So if I'm smart, I should be able to. If the challenge will run that. Jump in here and go and see, because there should be 2 pickup wagons. There's one. Actually just double check that we can get through the dump point there on the silo though. These jewels on the back. See your blanket, yep, it's there. Keeps my back nice and warm, almost too warm. And And therein lies the problem. Okay. Well, we can always back in and unload anyhow. Don't have to go forward over the trigger. Now, this trailer as well, this is the Michielato, which has just been updated with a rear hitch, which is exciting because I wanted to road train it. That blue tractor. Okay, I'll swap with you. So we can actually road train it, which is kind of cool. The only problem with doing a job like this is a bit hard to Oh, that was smooth, wasn't it? Unorthodox, but smooth. How wide is that windrower, Piper? If I can pick up your rows. Yeah. There it is. 12.5. Do this. Steering assist. 0.5. We'll turn the lines on so we can see them. Look at that, just like a ball one. Nailed it, which is good because then I can keep building. Ah, that's right, I'll pick that up later. Oh, there we go, hay gun into the back. Unfortunately, we're probably going to be at the point where this is going to have lots to do. These aren't the longest runs, but that's okay. Too much wheel, not enough room for the tractor. Certainly the case with the Challenger. G'day JP, how you doing? Oh, I've just done those all ran the wrong way. What was with my attention tonight? We are what we're going to get up and back and be full. It's not bad. Rowdy, if you want to, just leave those skinnier rows because Hyper will do a headland pass. Jump in, throw, set your width up to what I'm doing. Those. Get 100% full. Once in the right direction, we'll head back to the yard. I'll increase this shift. I can't remember how to increase the cruise control speed with. Oh well, we're just going to be doing it at 10. That's alright. It'll take a little bit longer, but just be able to concentrate on this. What is the way to... What are the buttons to adjust the variable cruise control mod? I cannot remember. There we go. And just room to get these tractors through here with these big wheels on as well. Happy days. Get that unloading. Does that. Let's look here, so this one. Do this one first and those two. Beauty. Yeah, Paddy's had all the fun tonight. He's got to drive the new 9RX and he's got to drive the new Steiger. I know I had them on the screenshot. We did buy them. We have added them to the farm. So if you're looking for an opportunity to come and use the latest and greatest farming simulator tractors, the new equipment that's come through with the patch, jump on in. Play. Yeah, we had some lightning and thunder here too. It's been pretty stormy, pretty wild, to say the least. Let's turn it on. Oh, we should be running silage additives in these, shouldn't they? Had to put the Steiger on the case plan. Absolutely. I don't hate you for it. I would have done the same. Alright, so now we look, got both those on at the right orientation, right bits in the right place. Happy days. Oh, yeah, of course. We're not doing silage. It's hay. Good point. My bad. I was just thinking we had silage wagons. We're picking up grass. Very good point, gentlemen. Good point. Sevens. Should, yeah, definitely get some for the next time we do grass. I agree. Right, point in the right direction and we'll get there. Now about a spacer and a 5. 5. These spacer goes on top of these. 5. Elbow. So. Beautiful. Except I put... What is 7 on? I picked up Picked up the 5 and then put a 7 on. What am I doing? I mean, clearly I didn't pick up the 5, but I thought I had. Picking it up early. Lightning storms at night, easy to see the lightning flashes. I agree. I 100% love them at night. I'd stick with the curtains open every night if I was allowed, but so it isn't a fan. Stormy or not, something about having the night sky outside, visible outside. So it's always outside. Oh, put it down on my knee and it started moving forward. Infuriating for anyone who's following me. Like, why is he going so slow? Later, boat. Good to see you back. Have a good resty week and a good weekend. And we'll catch you when we catch you, I suppose. I won't be around this weekend, so it won't be on the weekend, but definitely sometime soon. All right, that's done. Oh, I'll pick up my... Is it not picking up the course? Lose it. Interesting. Sent me a photo of Tharmason blanket, work in progress on Messenger. Cool, I'll have a look at it. Nice. Okay. Now make sure I've got everything around the right orientation again. Everything goes that way, that's right. So it's snowy, alright, Farmer Snowy. Autocorrect is fantastic, isn't it? Five one space R. 0 first, 5 down the bottom, up top. All the new rigs are set up for it. Oh, nice. Nice, I like it. You can't go past a good picture, can you? Four of those. 1, 2, 3. Right. No one expects me to get out of their way. Blind driver coming through. Multitasking at its finest. Alright. Over here. Cruise control. Slowly, slowly. That's like so. That's my problem. It starts picking up this field. I drive on it. It's not very helpful, is it? Stay on the other field. There, it's 11:05. Finish this field off. Oh, and this all clips on now. How does this go? That way up. There. It goes into there. It's down. Did you see the realistic mod was added to Saxingham without having issues? If so, we should add it here too with all the cattle. Well, so far I haven't. It's only been in there a few days, but I haven't seen any problems. Look at that. Yeah, like that. But I'm assuming we're going to get something that happens. Something like this might lift up. It unfolds our hopper. It's going to trigger yet, but I'll say that'll be what will happen. I was a bidding man. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to try it. Down to try that. There's water here. There's water here, Agsy. Yeah, we'll use that as a bit of a test for a bit longer. Don't know how they'll feel about that, but... Right, job done there. Aha, that's how it's going to work. It's going to use this. This is a screw. That makes sense. Five. One of those. Right, probably only one more load after this one. We'll be done. Keep on heading over. So this goes on there. This is going to be one of those tricky, can you get everything lined up type topics, isn't it? That. Ooh, I catch it? No. Okay. It'll turn, which turns this. Extend it. Do you want to grab a grass roller? Yeah, I suppose we could. And having one, is there? Stones there, they sit on there. Okay, and that's touching that. Yeah. It's a massive. Oh. You go back a bit too far, Hyper. Oh, and then I can't drive. Okay, so what do I need to do there? Those. Yeah. Pointing over in the right direction. We must be pretty close to being full, I reckon. Rowdy's, he's got a full load. Almost a full load. Modded grass roller. Yeah, you have a look. I'll update the trailer at some stage and we can update that. Since here. This isn't very well thought out from a big man's hands situation. Yeah, got it. So, if I screw this enough, see what happens. Okay. Your auger will be open, your hopper will be open. It'll be realistic too, because it won't be fast. Alright. Any grass left? Just a few rows. Much at all. Oh, I think this field is a good addition to the farm. Hopefully we'll get to the point where we can merge those fields, or at least mow them together. Although it's probably quite good having them out of sync, because then you can have different grass work to do at different times. Right. Well, we're not quite going to get finished on the bag we're on at the moment, but I'll show you where we're heading. Get this finished off. Mark things up. We'll go and have a look at Pity's photo opportunity he's created. The new bits of kit. There we go, done. Got a tow chain, I think we may need it. No, but I've got big strong arms. Pick things up reasonably well. And some D11s. Oh no. I was getting some pretty well fed cattle. But nice seeing it this working out how I designed it. No, it's not quite realistic with the minting production, but it works pretty well. Alright, job done. Alright. Rowdy didn't go over there. There's no more to do, Rowdy. So let's just have a look then. Animals. So yeah, like I said, 250 head. They're well fed at the moment, 269,000 litres. So they're not short on anything there. We're starting to get some slurry actually. We'll have to get a slurry spreader. So we can slurry on these. I don't know what you buy. No, but I think if I'm not mistaken, we've got unit improvements, slurry tankers. I think we have the Valmet. Yeah, we did. Valmetal from custom modding, so we've got that we can use, which work a treat. Right, there we go. Animals taken care of, field harvested, new equipment bought, new fields bought, planting started. Up over here. Look at what we've had created for us. There we go, look at that. Go. My collection. That's definitely added some horsepower to the stables. I don't know. Old Podtrack's going to be the older one, and there's going to be crying, going, "Oh, I'm not going to get used anymore. I'm going to get used anymore." Alternate between silage and hay. Silage one time, hay the next. Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan, Pink Panther. It's definitely going to be the best option. How should we end up making actually? Minter. So is it instantly create? Oh, hey, so 500,000 litres, 449,000. That's good. So that's all done. So next time we'll be putting some grass into these to make silage. Perfect. Happy days. Looking forward to Bullet Bill's Hereford map. I don't know if you will ever see that share. I would be incredibly surprised if that ever sees the light of day of public release. To be perfectly honest with you, it seems to be a big tease. But anyhow, we will find out. I'd love to be proven wrong, but that way. There we go. Anyhow, so some planting to do there. We're still are we away from a visit on this? This is 7 of 9, so we're still another couple of months. Well, we're at the last day of the month here. 7 of 9 and 7 of 9. Be into October, so we're only about 5 days away from harvest. So next stream, we might be harvesting some cotton or canola. Who knows? Might have some more grass to do. Then plenty of contracts floating around. There always is. So it depends whether they're close enough or not. That'd be a good one. Where's that? Field 10. Field 10 won't be too far away from where we are. It's just a bit of a haul all the way down there to sell it all. Oh, it's parsnips too with the combine. Okay, we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that one. Lentils, do that. Oats, we can do that. More lentils. Canola. Wait though. What's that? Bottom right corner. So yeah, lots of contracts, which is good. Actually, we could have done that. We could have supplied them with 42,000 litres of grass for $1,200. Some of those are ridiculous. Buffalo milk, $542,000, 125,000 litres. Crazy. Right, everyone. Oh, thank you all very much for tuning in tonight. Actually, that's what I was going to do before we finished. Let's just have a look here. So, in terms of where we've got to with this hopper, that will go and sit, I'm guessing, sit up on top of here somewhere. So we end up with a contraption kind of like that. This is our auger spout we put on earlier. So it feels like we haven't actually built much tonight, but I guess we have. A lot of mucking around with little pieces. But yeah, if I just flip forward a little bit and see, we do get the top and sides and that of the auger, which will go and sit on there, of the hopper. So finished. We'll be into the next lot, which is, what does that look like we do? Engine cowl at the back and a lot of the feeder house at the front. Progressing. We're on page 89 out of 100 and how many building pages are there? Oh, there's 2 books. We're about halfway through the first book. That's right. So there we go. Lots more to still do. But everyone, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Have a good rest of your week. I won't be live on the weekend. I am going to be away. So sorry about that, but we'll be back on the server here this time next week. And like I said, keep an eye out. I might do something a bit different and just do a whole handful of live streams next week rather than trying to sit down and put together some videos. So just keep an eye out for that. You know where to find me. Otherwise, have a good rest of your week. Have a great weekend and enjoy doing whatever it is you are doing with a smile. And we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.